Okay. Hi guys, I'm Annalie from Y3, and I am an English teacher, and I was assigned as senior high school teacher in Ubay, and I am the senior high school coordinator for about 5 years already, and so this is why I really had so much of experience in terms of creating training designs of programs and school activities. Okay, and I would love to share it with you on how to create training design that is in line with the subject of or the area of specification that you have. Okay, actually, I am an English teacher, and so I have crafted a training design that is relevant to my major. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. All right. And so I would wish that this video could help you on how to create a training design of a subject in line to the subject that you are um, specified of. And since I am an English teacher and I am also the English coordinator of the senior high school department in our school, I drafted this one and tried to submit to the division office and thanks God, it was approved. All right. So this time I'm going to share with you on how to create this and how did I make this and what are the informations that I put into it. And that's it. So this is very simple. I know it would be easy for you to understand this one. All right. So this will be okay. So the first thing that you have to do will be in your training design will be writing a letter of intent to our school's division superintendent. Okay, and I hope that you're going to make sure that the logo that you're going to use is from the described format of our division. So they love us to use only two logos. So it will be the Department of Education logo, which is located in the right, I mean, in the left side, and the division logo will be in the right side. So that will be how, or that's the only logo that you're going to include in your papers. And most of your papers that you're going to submit in the division office must have this two logos only. Okay, and here make sure to include in your heading the district that you're in and the school that you are working. Okay, and do not forget your date, of course, and so the person that you are addressing to the letter, and make sure that the content of your letter of intent is precise and straight to the point. Okay, do not put any or many flowery words, figurative languages that is not necessary on the letter. Okay, so make sure that you have the title and when will be the program conducted, and where, and also, of course, who will be attending the program. So that's the most important thing that you have to include. So you are going to attach a training design, training matrix, or a program. You could also include your session guides if you have. All right, in your training design. So now let's proceed to the cover page of the training. So again, you're going to use only two logos like this one, and we have here the DepEd logo in the middle. Actually, this is the template given after I attended the walkthrough of making training design in the division. So I hope that it will be remembered that this is the template that you have to use to minimize some comments or something when you submit your paper in the division office because you're using the prescribed one. All right, so of course we have the training and development program design. So this will be my training. So it's American English Training Program, Improvement of Speaking and Listening Skills in American English. Okay, so since again I am an English teacher, I'm trying to create an innovation to address the problem of the speaking and listening skills of my students. Okay, since of course I believe that as their teacher in English, I'm using the American Standard English accent. So that is why I use the American English accent as our medium in the training. Okay, so here course, the date. Next will be the next page is the program design itself. So you have part one is the general information. Okay, so you have here it's in table form, and you are just going to supply what is needed in the right side. So we have here program title. So you're going to, of course, write down your title here. Next, we have the program description. So you're going to tell about or talk about the how your program is described, or in just two or three sentences. Don't make it too long. All right. Next, we have prerequisite programs. So when we say prerequisite programs, if you have conducted this innovation connected to the first innovation that existed last year or long time ago, so you're going to have this prerequisite program. So in my case, this is the first innovation I made in the English subject in senior high school. So this is why I have it none. Next will be the duration. I have 5 days in total of 4 hours. So for from May 4 to 8, 2020. Okay. Next we have the level of program. So since I'm going to conduct this one as a school-based program, so this is the level of my management school-based. Next we have the delivery mode. So this is the part that you're going to write down. What are the delivery strategies that will be used in the entire program. All right, so I have here mentoring in my case as an example. I have mentoring, speech imitation, and lecturing. Okay, so that's my delivery mode. Next, we have the target personnel, of course, your participants. So I am targeting the students as well as the teachers who are interested to attend also, and we have some other enthusiastic individuals in the community who, for example, would love to work as call center agent, easel teachers, or those who are in need of certificates that they could use for any applications that they have. Okay, they are also invited to join in my program. Next, we have the budget requirements. So I have it here, none. It's because I do not ask any amount from the school MOE. So this is actually free for everyone. There's no registrations or anything. All right. And as for budget requirements, it's also included. It must be attached in your training design. It's an attachment of your training design. But for my case, I do not have any requirements or any amount used, so I did not attach it here. Okay, so you have to make sure that if you have your own budget requirements in your training design, make sure to attach the liquidations or the transparency of your budget. Okay, and it must be attached in the training design. So next part will be the rationale. Okay, so in this part, as the division office would like us to note or quote some of the memorandums or orders from the national uh, to the division or from the district or any school orders or memos. Okay, so that will be the arrangement from the highest to the lowest one. If you only have national memo, then you could use it. If you have two national and division memo, then you can use two. Okay, so you have to arrange it from the highest to the lowest. All right. If you only have a district memo, and that's why, okay, that's possible that you could use it in your rationale. Make sure that you have a basis, a legal basis why you are conducting this one. Okay, so it must be included in your rationale. Next will be your objectives. Of course, in everything that we do or any program that we craft, of course, we have to make sure that we have an objective. Okay, so in my case, I have created 5 objectives. It's because this is the main target that I would like to achieve in the whole program, in the 5 day activity that I made. Right, but in your case, if you only have 2 to 3 objectives or targets, then you can only write down 3. Okay, it depends on the targets that you have in your program for your objectives. Next, we have end of the program outputs. Okay, so this will be assumed that after every program or every session, students will submit accomplished worksheets or write ups or journals or any articles that they made, and they will be submitting it to you. Okay, so that will be the end of program outputs. Next will be the expected final outcomes. All right. So we have success indicators. I believe this is something that is intrinsic. It's because you're going to talk about on the learnings that they get in the program. Okay, so it's more on the inside part. Okay, because the other one will be more on the outside or the external outputs. Okay, and so we have here. So actually, you could also use these words the same. It depends on the subjects that you are conducting. Next, we have part two. We have programs and content focus. Okay, so of course we have our objectives. As always, we have the knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Okay, this is the most important thing when we create our objectives. Of course, for knowledge, it will be more on learning information, learning new things, learning key concepts. That's only for knowledge. But when we talk about skills, of course, this will be an action thing in or action part of your research, like you are asking them to do something, create, make, or anything. Next, we have the attitudes. So of course will be an objective that would ask your students to give or acknowledge the importance of the training or the get the lessons or any realizations of the training. Okay, so of course you have the content or the topics that you're going to deal with. We have suggested activities, next duration, the period of time, and last will be the expected outputs that will be submitted after the session. Okay, so this will be some examples. I hope that you could get idea from it. Next will be the materials. Okay, so in my case, I've been using this template for many times because I also create and service training, program designs, and any other like career guidance that focuses seminars for senior high school students. So I just did not edit anything here in materials. All right. So next we have the monitoring and evaluation. So I have here, please see attached program assessment template. Okay, because the division office has its own template of assessment. So we call it the F3 M&E report form. Okay, so I'm going to show that with you after here at the end because I used it as an attachment also of my training design. So it's also important you have attached the F3 or the M&E evaluation form in your training designs. Next will be the training program matrix. Okay, so since I have it for a whole day, so I used a training matrix or the program matrix like this one. But if you only have 1 day program, so you could include or attach your opening program and then also your closing program, or you could also attach the whole program that you have in a day. But in my case, I only have this because it's quite long. I have it 5 days activity, and so I have this one. It's a program matrix. Okay. So next will be another attachment that you have to include will be the format of your registration form during the training. Of course. Next will be your attendance sheet, sample of attendances that you have in your training. You have to include also that one in your training design as an attachment. Okay, so next will be the approval sheet. So the approval sheet will look like this one. So it must be approved, okay, because mine was already approved by our superintendent, so it would look like this. Right. Okay. So here again, this is what I told you about the F3 M&E form. So we have here, uh, this is where our participants assess our program or the program that we conducted. All right, so like this one. That's it. So you don't have to worry about this one because there are copies, soft copies of this one that you could ask from anybody in your school that creates or ask tasked to make training designs. I know they have this copy, so you could ask them. So every time that you're going to make your training design, you have to ask this one, this form 3, and print this and attach at least one copy in your training design and submit it to the division office. But in the actual one, you're going to, of course, print a lot of it and make sure that your co-teachers answer this one, because after the program you're going to collect this as your MOVs of the program, and it's very important to compile. And because if you're going to finish the program, you're going to submit to the division office as your accomplishment report. So make sure to keep this one, the F3 form. The next will be this one. So this thing will, of course, it's also important that you know how to create certifications that can be used in your promotions. For example, if you are going to apply a promotion, then you can use this one. So after creating a program, after conducting a program, you can create certifications signed by your school principal or school head or anybody that like your we say school in charge, for example, and then corroborated with 5 teachers in school. You'll be signed with the 5 teachers in your school. This is very important. So you are already preparing everything, every documents that you need when you apply for a promotion. Okay. So if you have questions, you can write, drop down on the comments below so I could answer some of your questions.